Hi everyone, I'm Yael Evan, and today I'm going to share with you how the media harms our body image. After scrolling through various apps and platforms, has it ever led yourself to look in the mirror and question yourself why you look the way you do? Personally, I know it has been that way for me. And we are our biggest critics. We constantly compare ourselves, and let me tell you, comparison is the thief of joy. So I have researched several databases to show you how the media harms our body image. I'm going to show you what struggling with body image can look like and how the media plays into that. In addition, the media harms our body image immensely, and it begins from a young age. Now, before I jump into that, let's talk about what is body image. According to Merriam-Webster, body image is a subjective picture of one's own physical appearance established both by self-observation and by noting the reaction of others. According to Jagyasi, after reading through ultimate signs you are harming your body image, I have collected several signs that could be major or minor that you struggle with your body image. So, as you can see on my little timeline here, it can look as trying to fit in with societal norms, being obsessed with your weight, wearing overly large clothing to hide your body, overeating or undereating, and constant negative self-talk about yourself. So it can be something as minor as being self-deprecate. It's very common for humans to be self-deprecate and be negative upon ourselves because we are our hardest critics, or it can be a major sign like overeating or undereating. And if you resonate with any of these signs, that's totally okay because we constantly struggle with body image as a society. And however, let me tell you that once you start to accept yourself, you will really enjoy life so much more because we have so much more to offer to the world than just our bodies. And I included a couple graphics that I really resonate with. And here there are women of different colors and race and body types, and they're all happy. And so that just goes to show that you should just accept who you are. And here I have two different graphics. This one is a man comparing himself in the mirror and he's insecure. However, this one I really connect with because it's a boy talking to himself in the mirror, and instead of saying, why don't I look like this, he's saying, oh, I'm thankful for my eyes for letting me see. I am thankful for my legs from taking me from point A to point B. He is expressing gratitude, and I think that's something we should all do, because instead of harping on our bodies, we should learn to celebrate them. And once we begin to celebrate our bodies, then we can enjoy life so much more. Now, according to the Journal of American College of Health, the struggle of body image begins around age 6. And it's constantly based on the toys we play with and what we see on the screen. So for example, many young girls play with Barbies, and Barbies are known to be very beautiful and skinny and thin and fully developed. However, for a 6-year-old, that's not realistic at all. A 6-year-old is not going to be fully developed. They're only going to look like that probably about around age 18 or 20. And so it sets this insecurity within these young girls, and they compare themselves to these Barbies who set these unattainable standards. And same goes for these figurines. These boys play with these action figures, and they're very tough and mighty. However, it's very normal for a 6-year-old to have stomach fat and have chubby cheeks, and it's just very common. And so it sets these insecurities with these young boys because they're not going to be ripped at the age of 6. They're going to be cute and maybe overly skinny, but not from being ripped and working out. And it's not just the toys we play, it's also the movies we see on the screen. And so I grew up on the movie Cinderella Story and Mean Girls, and I know I constantly compared myself to these girls, and they were very beautiful, and these movies highlighted all these beautiful girls, and in my head I thought that beautiful is the only thing you have to offer, but trust me, you can be beautiful in so many ways other than your looks. And so that goes into social media. According to Health and Medicine, the struggle of body image continues as influencers set these difficult standards. So, for example, fitness influencer Kyla Itziness, her whole purpose is to work out, eat healthy, and look good. And what she does with that is she shares her workouts and she shares her recipes on a platform like Instagram, which is amazing, but that's her job. My job in life is to be a student, work hard, get good grades, and work on my career path. And for a mom example, her job is to take care of her kids. And she probably has a job of her own. So we all have different priorities in life. And this fitness model, Kyla Itziness, that's her job. And so she is dedicating her whole life to looking good. And quite frankly, I'm never going to look like any of these fitness models I look up to because I just simply have a different body. We all have different body types. So genetically speaking, I'm not going to look like any of them no matter how much I work out or eat well. And so instead of looking up to someone who's just a fitness model, let's look at a celebrity who's a bit more realistic. So for example, Demi Lovato, I grew up with her, and I would always see her on Disney Channel, and I looked up to her so much, but I never knew her body struggles. She constantly struggled with body image, and she was bulimic, and she was anorexic, and she constantly had eating disorders, and I never knew that. And now on social media and on platforms like Instagram, she opens up about her stretch marks and her curves, and she promotes that we should celebrate them, and we should celebrate our bodies for just the way they are. Now, according to Zygmunt Bauman, a sociologist, decided to name our society Liquid Modernity to highlight how our society is constantly changing and influenced by the media. This article reveals how susceptible our society is to change. We are constantly influenced by the media, and especially as teenagers, I guess you could say we are very moldable at that age because everything we see or hear affects us, and those are the years we really begin to learn and find ourselves. And so we are constantly affected by what we see on these apps. And it's not just kids and teens, it affects all age groups. Women compare themselves to women of their own age. And according to the social comparison of body image in middle-aged women, women often compare themselves to celebrities of their age. And so example, Jennifer Aniston, she's probably one of America's sweethearts. She's very beautiful and has this charm on TV, and she's amazing. However, her whole job is to be that charming, beautiful actress that everyone knows her. However, that's not her 24/7. That's her job. And so these middle-aged women are comparing themselves to her, but however, that's her job. And there's going to be a woman who's an engineer, there's going to be a woman who's a teacher, there's going to be a woman who's a stay-at-home mom, and so you can be beautiful in so many ways, and it's not just by your looks. And so here I have a picture of a woman comparing herself to her younger self, and often that's a lot of times women do, and that's why women get very insecure about their age, because they feel very beautiful at a young age, but you can be beautiful at any age. You just have to own it. And so basically body image is something we all struggle with from a young age up until adulthood, and it's something very prominent in our society. And so I'm going to tell you this. There's so much more to life than the media, and it's time we unplug and enjoy the little things. Now, I know it can get hard and we are very occupied with social media. However, I challenge you to take a social media sabbatical. Take a day, a week, a month, and let me tell you, you will see how much you don't need social media and how you don't need to depend on it as much as you do. Because life's greatest moments are the ones where you're not on your phone. And trust me, you are missing so much when you're comparing yourself to others or waiting for likes. So enjoy the moment, enjoy the little things, and be present and love who you are.